Today's adventure brings us to the location of what is considered to be one of the most destructive wildfires ever in North American history. It is also the deadliest known wildfire in U.S. history, with the number of lives lost totaling somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500. Few people are even aware that this fire occurred, however, due to the fact that the Great Chicago Fire occurred on the same day. This great American tragedy has been overshadowed and forgotten for far too long. Fortunately, there is a place where we can go to view the few remaining artifacts from this horrific event. This place is known as the Peshtigo Fire Museum, located in Northeastern Wisconsin.
The Peshtigo Fire, which occurred on October 8, 1871, is described as a fiery inferno, a fiery hell.
For several weeks prior, the air was filled with smoke as smaller wildfires burned on and off. The few residents who survived to tell their tale would describe the event as a tornado of fire. The entire town of Peshtigo was burned to ashes, along with several surrounding communities. Those that survived credit the river in saving them.
This here is a map of the area in which the fire occurred. Although in talking with one of the volunteers, she believes that this section here may have been a separate, unrelated fire that occurred at the same time. Here you can see some debris that was found later in 1995 by the drugstore that was opened. The Bible was actually opened to the Psalms 106 to 107, as you can see here in this display. Here you can see a silver dollar that has a dime that melted into it. Over here is a clump of blackberries that was charred by the fire. Over here is some jewelry that was worn by a woman during the night of the Peshtigo Fire. Unfortunately, she perished. This Bible went through the fire also. And somebody's canned blackberries ended up being petrified from the intense heat. Over here is the remains of a watch. As you can see, not much survived the fire. The Bible you see there was actually found floating in the river several days after the fire and was returned to the original owner. Behind me we have a display of some of the Porterfield residents who were involved in the fire that actually survived. You can see Jacob Bernady and his wife Anne. Christian John Felch with his wife Josephine. And over here, Henry, Ron, and his wife Lottie. And down here we have Jacob Hattenberg along with his wife Kate. One of the reasons why the Peshtigo Fire was so deadly is that back in the day, they did not have the means to communicate to others about the possibility of a wildfire. Today we have communication devices in place, such as warning systems, where residents can be warned ahead of time when a wildfire appears to be coming in their direction. As a result, not as many lives are lost in today's fires.
The tornado of fire claimed at least 800 victims here in Peshtigo. Many of the victims are buried here in this cemetery, some in a mass grave, which is close to this monument here. The mass grave contains the remains of 350 unidentified men, women, and children who all perished in the Peshtigo Fire. The museum is reportedly haunted. Some visitors claim to have heard voices, seen ghastly apparitions, and some have even reported smelling smoke. There is even one account where a person driving by the building here saw it engulfed in flames. They then called the fire brigade. Upon arrival, they found that the building was not on fire.
Some people discount this claim, though, as the church was built after the fire.